Plus, they're great products that help people. Your Oxy Powder flushing out the guts, the Super Male, Super Female Vitality, that's 20% off right now. You add that in with drinking purified water and things like that. An amazing response. Why does your Super Male Vitality? So I've talked to weightlifters that have taken, anabolics before, and they say this stuff gives them more energy and makes them want to work out harder than drugs. What is in the Super Male Vitality and Super Female Vitality that gives people such an amazing response?
I tell you what, that's probably been one of the most successful products. I mean, and if you go to your site and you pull up Super Male Vitality or Super Female Vitality, you'll just see endless 4.8-star reviews of how it's changed their life. And because of all the estrogen-mimicking chemicals, the hormone disruptors, pretty much 100% of the males and females, I say over the age of 40 for males because that's when your hormones really start to decline. But, I mean, we're seeing hormone disruption in children right now.
We're seeing 5-year-old girls going to puberty.
So, I mean, it's so successful because we took the proper ratio and the herbs that a combination of herbs, maybe one herb is going to help boost testosterone naturally, one herb might help balance your growth hormone, one herb might help balance your DHEA, but it's about combining the certain percentages of these high-tech herbs into one formula, but putting it in a therapeutic value. It's not like we're taking 1 pound of herb and a gallon of alcohol and doing an extraction. With our technology, we can extract 10 pounds of herbs in a gallon of glycerin, which we use, which alcohol itself is an endocrine disrupting chemical. So
it breaks down the product. So basically, it's concentrated, it's cold pressed.
It's concentrated, and you actually get immediate results, especially if you continue to use it over
InfoWarsLife.com. Your purchase funds the operation. Thank you. Equipment admitting they're militaristic in nature. Even some police are surprised by MRAP exemption. That's the big black tanks, the armored vehicles. I mean, this is just all pure bull. Everything he says is a lie. Everything. It is just over the top. Who is up next here? Who should we go to next, Dr. Group?
Michael from Canada.
Michael in Canada, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, listen, it's great to talk to you guys. I have a question for Alex and one for Dr. Group as well, if I could.
Sure, brother.
First for Alex, I did buy your male and female vitality yesterday, ironically, and I used Bitcoin. Wondering how you've been enjoying Bitcoin in the store.
People like it. It's an open cryptocurrency, so I support it. I don't endorse its longevity, and say that I think it's perfect, but I think it's a good experimental alternative currency, and I think it's a lot better than the private Federal Reserve System, and it's what we need as they try to end cash and force us onto one controlled digital currency. We need competing digital currencies.
Mm-hmm. So it's been working well for you at the store, though?
We've had some people using it. I've not been following it. I just know they tell me it's working.
Okay, great. Dr. Group, I have been, for about 3 years, suffering from Graves' disease, and they radiated me, and since then I've been bouncing back and forth between hyper and hypothyroidism, and I didn't know whether, I've been cautious about using some of your products because I'm not sure whether I should or shouldn't use them. I went ahead and ordered the Male Vitality yesterday anyway, and it's great that I got in today to talk to you. And is there any comments you have on that?
Yeah, you're not alone. What we're seeing right now is pretty much a thyroid epidemic across the nation, and it is. I mean, and you have hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, and a combination of both, which is Hashimoto's. And
why is it hitting women even worse?
Well, because of the estrogen dominance and because of the amount of women are just very sensitive. Women's thyroids are like 4 times as big as men's thyroids. So they have an affinity to suck in too much of the chlorine, the fluoride, the bromine. I think a lot of it also has to do with everything they're spraying in the air. I mean, the fact is the thyroid glands in everybody are taking a beating right now, and it's all due to the chemicals seeping through the intestinal.
But the good iodine fills it up and displaces the toxins.
That's one of the best solutions for thyroid disorders is iodine, because when you're having thyroid dysfunction, the liver can be congested, but it's really the amount of halogens that are being stored up in the thyroid.
Well, let me ask you, when I started getting on X2 3 years ago, whenever it was, when it was experimental, I mean, I literally got high off of it energy-wise. Now I've been on it so long, I just take it twice a day, and that's the way it is. But some people say, well, you take too much of that, it can burn your thyroid out. How much should I be taking?
Well, everybody's different, but what I do is I take probably about 2,000 to 10,000 micrograms every single day. One drop is around 600 and something micrograms, 680.
How are you energy-wise? Do you have as much energy as you had when you were in Special Forces?
I do have actually a lot of energy, but I also keep my intestines clean. I keep my liver clean. I take the Oxy powder on a regular basis. I take the Super Male Vitality. I mean, I think every guy that's over the age of, let's say, 35, when your hormones start to decline, should be on the Super Male Vitality. I mean, it's amazing what it does.
Folks, you will notice, you've heard the reviews, the next day.
There's millions of products out there that are male enhancement products and all that. This isn't that. What this does is
it just does it, though, because you're supposed to be like that.
Naturally produce and regulate your own hormone levels. So, yes. One of the best things you could do for your thyroid is to eliminate the source of chlorine, fluoride, and bromine and all those chemicals and toxins coming in, clean your body, and get on a good iodine supplement.
Yeah, because you'll die without iodine. Thank you so much. We're going to go in a little bit of overdrive, talk to Anthony in New York,
for listening to GCN.
and Delina, Chris, and Francis. We're trying to get everybody.
Today.
All right. First off, you guys are putting out the best products out there. I just want to let you know that. I use most of them. They're all awesome. From the Secret 12 to the Lung Cleanse to the Silver Bullet, they're all awesome.
Well, thank you, sir, because I've got allergies. Austin's the capital of them, and I couldn't even be on air if it wasn't for Lung Cleanse right now. I've been taking it. God bless you. Thank you for the support.
Hey, do you use the Lung Cleanse as your Claritin? Because my wife gives the kids Claritin all the time.
Yeah, I've been on Claritin for about 18 years since my allergies hit, about 3-4 years after I lived in Austin, because there's just so many different types of plants. I have been off of it pretty much for a year. Maybe I take it once a month. Used to I took it like 3 or 4 months out of the year all the time. And maybe irritable, cloudy, because it's speed basically, and long term makes you dumb. Now I don't take it hardly ever. I take the Lung Cleanse. I just drink more water and a lot of other things like that. But absolutely, I have been taking herbs. I've not been taking it.
So the reason I called is my mother-in-law has Parkinson's disease, and the medicines they give her are just actually making her worse and worse and worse. What can I do for her?
Well, let me throw this in too, Dr. Grube. Again, look it up. Parkinson's and brain neurological disorders are off the charts. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is the aluminum and the mercury and the metals that are accumulating in the brain. If you look at what happens when you put mercury and aluminum in a petri dish together, you have a violent neurological reaction. One of the reasons you're seeing a lot of excess aluminum up in the brain is because practically everything, food, aluminum deodorant, aluminum cans.
And I digress this in the limited time. Obviously, we can't give advice to him or his mother-in-law right now, or mother. His phone was breaking up some. But what are some of the things you've seen that have helped folks?
Well, what's helped people the most with cleaning out the metals from the brain is any type of chelation therapy that you might go through, cilantro. As a matter of fact, we're going to be launching a new product for you here coming out soon, which is called Deep Cleanse, which is designed to not only cleanse the brain, but the lymphatic system and almost work as a full-body cleanse. It's about pulling those chemicals and heavy metals out of the brain, and it can be a long process to go through, but there's
what about the good fat diets? More of the good fat, that helps, right?
Well, that always helps. I mean, avocado oil, olive oil, just eating avocados is really good.
What about coconut oil?
Coconut oil is incredible for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. I mean, it's
yeah. I mean, my uncle was in a motorcycle accident. My dad's brother, not my mom's brother, that died last year, and they told him like 20 years into it. They used to see that when he was like 16. They said start eating, the coconut oil, and that was like 20 years ago. And it cut his seizures back by like 80%. Right. I mean, boom, just magic.
Well, another thing you want to do, too, I mean, if possible, is to slowly start looking at her environment, what she's eating, what she's drinking, and stuff like that, and try to eliminate any excess coming in. She might have, if she's older, she's probably got a lot of mercury amalgams, and the older you get, the more mercury vapor and the more mercury gas goes into the brain, and that accelerates Parkinson's. So, you want to get rid of the root. You always want to look at the root cause of why you have things.
All right.
Eliminate those.
Anthony, thank you for the support. God bless you. Let's try to jam in one more. Delana, I'm sorry that we're out of time for the others. Go ahead, Delana from Texas.
Yeah, I just had a question for Dr. Group. Dr. Group, I have a lot of womanly medical issues. I just had my left ovary removed in September. I have surgery on my now one existing ovary about every 6 months.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to go into overdrive, ma'am. Don't hang up. Francis, don't hang up. Will, don't hang up. Chris, don't hang up, and others. Can you do one more segment?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to come back. I don't mean to be rude. I'm going to give Dr. Group the floor. In fact, it's not that I want to stay in here or don't want to stay in here. I'm going to let you host this next segment. You're going to come back. You can go right to those callers on the board, go right back to Delana, then Francis, Will, Chris, and others, okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll have a 12-minute segment. Dr. Group's taking over, and then I'll be back tonight. I'm going to shoot a special report for the Nightly News, 7 o'clock Central, and I believe it is Leanne McAdoo hosting the transmission this evening. Dr. Group, straight ahead, will host the InfoWar.
On the phone. Delana, go ahead and finish your question, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I have had plenty of issues with my ovaries. Again, I just had my left ovary removed in September. I see my OBGYN probably about every 2 weeks due to the fact that my right ovary is normally between 4 to 10 times bigger than it should be. I have to have surgery about every 6 months to have it drained, to have cysts drained. I've had 3 miscarriages. I take the Female Vitality. I take the silver. I think I'm pretty healthy, otherwise, besides having these issues. I have PCOS. So the only symptoms of my PCOS is the ovary problem that I have. So my question to you is, do you have any recommendations on what could help me? Because I don't work. I haven't had a job since 2011. I see a pain management specialist to control the severe pain that I go through every day. So,
well, anytime that you have a situation with cysts, because that's really what it is. I mean, one of the main things that we've found is that it's an iodine deficiency. And I don't know, have you been taking any of the X2?
I don't think so.
Okay. So what we used to do, and we used to see a lot of individuals that were trying to get pregnant, they wanted to have a kid, and it was either the male or it was the female, but a lot of ovarian cysts, PCOS. And what we would do is go ahead and take 2 steps back, because what is the root cause of PCOS? Why do you have cysts? I mean, that's what you really have to know, and your doctors probably have not explained that to you. The reason why you have PCOS is because your endocrine system is not functioning properly because it's toxic, and that could be it usually is a combination of chemicals and toxins coming from the air that you breathe, the food that you eat, the beverages that you drink. So what we do is take 2 steps backwards and then start cleansing the body. Start off with an intestinal cleanse using the oxy powder, then go into liver and gallbladder cleansing, then go into, maybe multiple liver and gallbladder cleansing, because usually what we found is before you get cysts in your ovaries or cysts anywhere in your body, your liver is contaminated. So you're really going to need to do a liver cleanse. And then cleansing your body and supplementing with iodine. And usually within 90 days of you doing a good chemical and heavy metal cleanse, deep body cleanse, and there's multiple ones available online. With the products that we're using here, you're doing the Super Female Vitality, which is great. The only addition I would add to that would be the X2 Survival Shield. And that alone, if you look online, you'll see you can just type in iodine and PCOS, iodine and cysts, and you'll see a direct link between cysts in the body and iodine deficiency. So hope that helps. Next, we're going to go to Chris in Florida. Chris, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm here. How are you, Dr. Group?
I'm doing great. What's your question?
Okay, yes. A few years ago, I was in a motorcycle accident, and they put me on hydrocodone for a couple of months, and then they put me on oxycodone for a couple of months, and then they put me on traminols for 2 years. And then I went back, and there was a different doctor. I saw a different doctor in the same office, and she took me off and put me on a gabapentin. And whenever I always read the list of